Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. If you're new here, I do makeup reviews, makeup tutorials, skincare, anything beauty related. I got you covered. Today's video, real talk. Have you guys ever put a foundation on and you were maybe in bad lighting, or you just put a foundation on and you're like, I'm not sure if this is my color, and it ends up not being your color? I'm going to show you how to fix that. So now whether you do this yourself or you're a makeup artist, because it's happened to me on clients where I'm sitting and, like I'll swatch them and the lighting isn't great. And then I'm like, let's go to the window. And I'm like, oh crap, not your shade. We're going to fix that. I actually did that today because I was trying on a foundation that too dark. I don't know if you could see it here, but it's darker than all of this. Now, I'm one to, when you're shade matching yourself, the foundation should disappear on your chin and it should kind of go with your forehead. I don't typically shade match to my chest or my neck. It's not how I was taught. It's extremely controversial because I know a lot of people match to their chest. That's how, it's up for debate. At the end of the day, it's makeup. If you're doing makeup on a client though, and they're tan here, but their face is pale, then that's a different story. Then we need to warm up the face a little bit and add bronzer. So I will say that, okay? But, if the face is darker than here, you put bronzer. Or you can do something like a face and body tint. So I'll go deeper into that if you want on a different video. Just let me know down below. Right now we're talking about the shade is too dark. I'm going to turn off my lights so you can see how dark it is. Hang on a second. In front of a window. See how much more golden this is than this? Like, again, you want your foundation to disappear into your face, but this is like making my face darker. And this is my nightmare, right? Where this is too light compared to my face. We're going to fix it. Ideally, when you're putting the foundation on and you start to see that something's not right, what you really want to do is act quick in that moment, because depending on how the foundation dries down, you're going to want to get a moisturizer and you're going to want to mix it into the foundation because it's going to dilute it. But now we are past the point of that. The foundation's like pretty much almost dried. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your moisturizer. This will also work if you went too heavy on your blush. Like if you did your makeup and the whole situation just isn't working and you're like, and you don't have a sink by you, or you don't have time to like really redo it, this is what you do. So I got my moisturizer and I am using, this is the Jones Road one. This is my favorite one. Whatever moisturizer you have on hand, it'll work with. So I'm taking the moisturizer. And I could see, especially here, it's not working. So I'm just going to like basically apply it over the foundation. And I'm going to tone it down. Like you could see the foundation almost coming off. Now you have that option because now you're diluting it. I'm going to go over top my blush as well. The other thing you can do, obviously if you have micellar water, you could do that too. But I still feel like you should rinse that off. So you can do that. You can take one of these cotton pads and just start wiping it off. So that's like if you're in a pinch, don't do that every day, because that's gonna that could be a little bit irritating to the skin. So you go over, and again, we're wiping that off. Need a little bit more moisturizer. So yeah, essentially you're either diluting it or you're completely taking it off with moisturizer. And it's a less irritating way, instead of, you just prepped your skin, you have the foundation on, let me go wash it off, just do this. So by doing that, you're diluting the foundation. It's not as like heavy anymore. The discoloration isn't going to be like so in your face. Obviously, the best thing to do is to wash it off, but sometimes we don't have time for that. So you do that. And now if I pull, you see the color is better. Let me turn off the light so you see it in natural light. All right, so now I'm back in natural light, and you could see now we don't have that stripe anymore. It's not like overly warm, and this sort of kind of goes together nicer. Okay, so that's how you correct that. That's how you take that off. Now, if you are aware that your foundation is too dark, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your moisturizer. I'm gonna put that on the back of my hand. Now, I use a cushion foundation, but this will work better with like a liquid foundation. I'm gonna take that, because that's what's too dark for me right now, and I'm gonna mix that. I put that on top of my moisturizer, and I'm gonna mix that in, and that is gonna lighten the foundation, because the way it usually swatches, this is it out of the cushion, like what I applied to my face. That's why it looks funny. This is it mixed into a moisturizer. So essentially you are creating your very own tinted moisturizer. So if I get that and I put that on my face instead, you see how that's lighter? It's still definitely more on like the golden side, or a little bit warmer, but it's gonna work a lot better than what it looked like before. You can actually, know what, this is a little bit dirty. No, yeah, just, you can use a brush. My moisturizer is a little bit on the like thicker, more emollient side, so this is going to leave the foundation a little bit more dewy than what it was before. You would just powder down and that's it. But now let me turn the lights off yet again so you can see the difference. All right, so see now, if I pull away, like it still kind of goes, it's slightly a little bit darker still, but I wasn't measuring out the ratio. I just wanted to tell you, if you mix in your moisturizer, it'll make a difference. But it goes more now versus even this side. This foundation is still too dark for me. Do you see the difference? So, all right. So there you have it. Now this makes a lot more sense than it did before. So basically, to sum it up, if you go too dark on your foundation and even your blush and you need to remove it, like we've all had those moments where like you got to be somewhere in like 20 minutes and like 10 minutes and you're like, oh my God, I do not have time to start this all over again. Just get your moisturizer, relax, put it on, put like a nice amount, get a puff. If you have to use a paper towel, use a paper towel. That's going to be very irritating to the skin, but just use like a cotton pad and gently wipe it off. And then just start all over again. Because you know what? When you do the moisturizer and the foundation, it's going to give you a nice glow, a healthy skin. If you don't like that, you can always powder it. But that's the most effective way to do it. And like I said, if you're ever working on a client and you're crunched for time, or you realize, oh my goodness, this foundation doesn't match you, this is the easiest, fastest way to correct that without irritating the skin. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little tip of mine, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Oh, and comment down below if you want any other, if you like this kind of video, and any like particular tips you want in the future. So do that. Okay, bye guys.